Is it better to please a small number of people or frustrate a large number of people? The answer to that question is obvious, but way too many managers, way too many people choose to frustrate a large number of people instead of please a small number of people. So today I want to explain why, and then more importantly, how to stop it. But before we dive into that, I do want to say that if you are a regular to this channel, welcome back. I'm so excited to have you. If you are new, let me introduce myself. My name is Matt Gjertsen. I'm a former Air Force instructor pilot, former head of training and development at SpaceX. And if you are looking for actionable advice on how you can start becoming a better leader and leading your team or organization to accomplish bigger things, then this is the channel for you. So make sure to subscribe. When I first became a leader, this was my number one mistake: saying yes to too many things, right? I was a new leader. I was trying to prove what we could do, prove the impact that we could have on the team. So directors would come to me, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, can you help me with this? Yes, yes, yes. It was just all the yeses. And so of course, what happens? I don't have the time or resources. My team doesn't have the time or resources to help all of these people. So deadlines come up. Oh, sorry, we got pulled in a different direction. We'll get right to you. Oh, I knew I said that I was going to have that to you by yesterday. I think I can have it by the end of the week, right? Like we just got spread really thin. We were trying to do too many things. And as a result, I wasn't having a lot of impact. The goal was to show how much impact we could have, but the result was by having no impact or a negative impact. And it just makes people really frustrated with you. I kind of figured that out in my time as a leader. I slowly got better at it, but I really understood what I was doing wrong after I left SpaceX and went somewhere else. This was a company that, while I was there in the first 18 months I was there, the company grew from 500 to 2,500 people. Massive, explosive growth. I joined as one of the founding members of the learning team, the talent development team within the organization. And we were expecting that we would grow as the organization grew. So we had all these plans of all these amazing things that we were going to do. It became clear very quickly that that wasn't going to happen. The company was exploding around us, and we were getting no new headcount, no new resources. And so the leader that I had at the time, she was just very clear. She's just like, look, if we're going to have any hope of having any impact or showing the significance that we can have on this organization, the thing we're going to have to do is just say no. We're going to say no a lot. We're going to say no to, maybe 80% of the requests that come in. In fact, all these plans, this whole thing that we thought we were going to do, I'm just going to tell you right now, we're not going to do it. And as a result, I fast forward 12, 18 months after that, honestly, of all the leaders in the HR team, she was probably the most respected leader by the CEO because she was clear about what our team could and couldn't do. And when she said we could do it, we delivered. And that's ultimately where you want to be as a leader. I mean, honestly, this applies to individuals as well, but especially as a leader. If you can be clear of what you are going to work on, not going to work on, and then when you say you're going to work on something, you do it. When you say you're going to solve a problem, you solve it. That is how you get respect as a leader. So it's nice to say, hey, we're going to say no to a lot of things, but how do we know how to do that? And more importantly, as a leader, how do you make sure that your team knows how to do that? There's a simple technique that I learned from this leader that I think is really, really important that will help you a lot. And we sat down as a team where we were having kind of a team meeting where we're thinking about mission and vision and what are we going to accomplish and what are the roles and responsibilities. And a pair of questions that was asked is, what do we want to be known for? What do we want to be known for? And what are we not going to do? My leader wanted to make it very clear, like, let's just lay it out. These are the things we're not going to do. Depending on your situation, your organization, that might be, these are the teams that we're not going to serve, right? That we're not, if you're like a centralized resource, you say like, hey, we're not going to help these people, or we're not going to solve these problems. We're not going to do these things. You can make clear like you want to, but you just don't have the resources to do it. So I think step one is by coming together as a team, understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, the impact that you're trying to have on the company, and deciding these are the kinds of projects, these are the kinds of things we're not going to do. That's step one. Step two is honestly the most critical, and that's getting approval from your boss. You can be over here in your little silo and it's all hunky dory, but you need to go to your boss and have a very clear conversation of saying, these are the resources that we have. This is the bandwidth that we have. And so to make sure we're being effective, these are the kinds of things we're not going to do. Are you okay with that? Honestly, obviously, you have to have some kind of relationship with them. But if you have a trusting relationship, ideally, now you can have a discussion with them. Maybe they like it, maybe they don't, maybe they push back, maybe they change things. But if you get alignment in the priorities, first with your team, then with your boss, and then if there's any changes, go back to your team. Now you and everyone on your team have a very clear understanding what you say yes to, what you say no to. And that, in my opinion, in my experience, the things I've seen, is the best way that if you are a leader trying to be seen as effective in the organization, that's the best way for you to do it, is to be clear about what you're not going to do. And when you say, because that is what allows you, when you say yes, to really go above and beyond. I hope you found this helpful. If you do anything like this, or you've seen this happen, please make sure to let me know in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you next time.